So I just did a thing. I just bought an RV. Pretty crazy, spur of the moment thing to do, but I'll have to give you the full tour. It's pretty cool. It's little, but I've had it for probably about a month now, and I've taken her out for a couple nights and tried out all the functions, and everything works. Surprisingly, I got everything working, so pretty good shape for being 24 years old. Good size mini queen. I can lay down in there, I'll show you in a minute, but definitely not a lot of room to spare. This is the little kettle that I got just for RV. Yeah, this flips up for a little 2-burner stove. Kind of a strange way to lock that into place, but effective. I installed the TV. If I were to do it again, I would angle this way instead of kind of off to the side there with that mount. But it's easily removable, so when I'm traveling, it's not swinging around. I can just keep it up here. Some little supports, and it rides really snug up there and doesn't bounce around too much. And this is something I'm really happy about. Fridge is a 3-way fridge, so it can operate off of gas, AC electric, or DC electric. Right now, I've got it plugged into the house, so it's on AC electric and cold. So I'm keeping it chilled, definitely below freezing in there, and everything else is decently cool to be ready to pack up with food. Don't have to chill it when I get there. Once I get boondocking, it's easy to switch it over to propane, and the propane lasts surprisingly long. Little cupboard here. There's already got some good staples in there. I went with a little silverware caddy, so this can come out, go on the table, or go outside on the picnic table. Keep some condiments, napkins, stuff like that in there. Well, I bought one pan and some cool little bowls, some plates. Because I have the silverware caddy, the traditional silverware drawer is actually just a junk drawer. But that's okay, because I'm always needing some sort of tool. Gorilla Glue. I think eventually all trailers are mostly Gorilla Glue by the time they're this age. So there are 2 little USB chargers with 2 ports each. These are just wired right into the house battery, which that's one of the first things I did. Oh, that one was on? That's no good. One of the first things I did was take out the little AGM battery. I think it was an 80 amp hour AGM battery, and replaced it with a lithium battery. 100 watt solar panel on the roof, wired directly into that. Not a max air fan, but a pretty decent fan. Might want to get a vent cover so that if it's raining I can still have that open and still have the vent blowing. It's got in or out. Right now it's blowing out and it's keeping it pretty cool in here. Hood fan as well. There's a little vent on the outside. It's closed right now, so I won't run it too much. The previous owners installed these really cute little blue velvet curtains, but the way that they're mounted in here, they do kind of hang out a little far. So I've put some elastic with some little, what are those? Drapery hooks, I guess? Those little things. They kind of stick in the carpet a little bit, although they make good little ballistics too with these elastic bands. But this kind of holds the curtain kind of informally that way, and I think opens up quite a bit more room at the table here. All right, so the bathroom. It's got a wet bath, and it's a little tight. Little mini sink with the shower diversion valve thing. And this is nice because you can just take it down. I mean, you can even sit down on the toilet and be all comfy. Does have a little fan up here. Doesn't sound too great, but works. Sounds terrible. I put a little bath mat in there. It'd be nice to get I see people sometimes put like a little teak wood slatted shower mat, which would be cool eventually, but for now this is okay. I'm 6 foot and I can aside from the poofy hair, I can stand up in here, so that's not too shabby for such a tiny little trailer. So this air conditioner works really good. It's got to be like 100 degrees outside, and I just have this running off of the AC from the house, and it's nice and cool in here, and all dark and blue with the curtains drawn. It's pretty blistering out there still, but so I've had water in the tanks for like a week now, fresh water in the freshwater tank, and I think I'm gonna flush it out just so that I can put some clean, cool water in before I go anywhere. I think the best way to do that would just be to take a shower. The water's already warm. I might as well pump it through a shower where I can kind of get fresh too, recycle the water, and then the soapy water can just probably go down the driveway. Okay, or maybe not. So I went to get in the shower, and the water pump is not priming and it's not pumping any water. I opened all the faucets up. I can hear it running when I turn on the pump, but nothing's coming out. I don't even feel air movement. I'm gonna go look and see if I can see a problem at the pump. Okay, I'm in the crazy underbelly of the trailer here, and this big ol', I don't think I need this open. It's a moisture absorber. It is dry. Let's see, we've got the water pump in here. Maybe there's no water coming through to the pump. All right, I'm gonna turn the pump on. Hold on. All right. So what could be the problem? See, I can't really tell. Oh boy, did this turn into a mess. So I'm pretty sure my water pump just completely putzed out. So I've got a project here. My water pump is under the bed, and I took this mattress out once, and it was so hard to get out of here around this little corner and out this door that I decided I would avoid that if at all possible. And to access my water pump, I propped it up with some sticks. But I ended up buying a new water pump. It was about $70 on Amazon, and it just it arrived overnight. It was really hard to get that old water pump out of there. It's still working in this little tiny space over here, which is awkward. I put these disconnectable little connections on here so that if I ever need to remove the pump for any reason, I can without having to cut the wires. I'm gonna just kind of wrap that with electrical tape to keep it from shorting out. And I tested it out, and we're definitely getting motor action going on over here. So I think we're in good shape. All right, I like this. Secure, but not permanent, but also not gonna fall apart like one of the little twisty ones. All right, let's see if I can get this thing mounted. All right, that was hard. I think I managed to get it. I've been working for like 4 hours trying to get that thing bolted down. It just is not bolted down very well. One of the legs is just, but at least I have running water. The pressure's a little higher than I'd like. Hope it doesn't burst any pipes. It's louder than the other one was, but I think it's because it's not mounted as much on the rubber as it is screwed into carpet and just flopping around with pipes. I don't know. That was a mess. I'm done. Done. All right, here we go. All right, I'm hitched up. I'm gonna head out of town for a night, maybe two. I'm gonna try to find some place with shade and with cell service, because I need to know if I get scheduled the last minute job and shade, because it's about 100 degrees out. So I'm gonna head up in elevation up towards Cuba, New Mexico. Come along, guys. Man, if I were to get the wheels of the Casita caught in any of these ruts, cool little adventure might not be so cool anymore. Here she is. I am on Cuba Mesa, and the road out here was absolutely terrible, with like foot deep ruts that I had to straddle, but got here with no problem. Took me about 25 minutes to set up. That includes unhitching, turning on the propane, lighting the propane fridge, and putting away all the stuff that had fallen out of the cupboards. But it's pretty cozy. It's hot out here, probably 88 degrees compared to the 100 degrees in Albuquerque. But look how cute! All right, I'm pretty happy with it. Got the fan running, blowing all the hot air out. This cupboard came open, so all the plates and pans and stuff were everywhere. Look at that, you can just see the water level in there. Whoever had it before marked 2 markings on it. I'm assuming that's kind of around half. If I take a really conservative shower, it usually takes about the amount of water between those 2 marks. But yeah, that's how low tech this is. Yeah, this camper sort of represents the minimum livability that an RV can be. It's really small. It's very compact and efficient, which I like. But if it was any smaller, I don't think I'd be comfortable in it. It's big enough for a couple. 2 people can sort of work their way around each other okay in there. I plan to use it for work if I've got an out-of-town commitment or an out-of-town job. Oh, and just like that, the temperature drops, the sun goes behind the trees, and it's so nice and cool out here now. Ooh, almost a little chilly. It feels great. I'm so glad I got out of town and did a little field test for this little Casita. These are the 2 gate valves I replaced. That was pretty straightforward, actually. No leaks. This is all good and secure over here now. I had a leak that I had to seal from the inside coming out of the tank there. And this is the little kind of generic Anderson leveler. This was pretty decently cheap too. I like that kind of leveler. All right, so the elephant in the room for this travel trailer, if you've been paying attention, is the paint job. So this could be the wrong kind of paint. This could be that they applied the paint over the gel coat without stripping a wax, so it's just peeling off. It was a couple of owners ago, not the seller that I just bought this from. But as you can see, there's considerable peeling. The paint is actually protecting what's left of the gel coat. I'm not sure why they decided to paint over it. It could be waxed and some life brought into it. It might be discolored and oxidized, in which case maybe I would paint over it again. I don't know. Nothing I feel a rush to fix, since all of the utilities work. Everything's in good working shape. Updating software. This is my favorite program.